I'm Alicia de Mello. I have a YouTube channel, and I'm also a student in Los Angeles. I grew up in Napa, California, so about an hour away from San Francisco. My childhood was interesting. I didn't have the best childhood, but I had the best mom. And so I feel like that really saved me and put me on a really good path. So I think it was a really colorful childhood, and I think it made me who I was, so I'm very grateful for it. I was kind of struggling a little bit with kind of marrying the things that I'm really passionate about, because I feel like they go in really different directions and it's hard for me to find kind of something that's really cohesive. But I do have a YouTube channel, but in school I'm studying English, and sometimes those don't really make sense together, and those are two different paths. But I definitely do want to write a book eventually. I don't know if it's going to be poetry or a novel, but I think that's kind of where my English degree comes in handy, but also it helps me be creative in a way that my YouTube has helped me be. But I still want to make YouTube videos. I feel like that's really important, and the platform is really special, and I feel like you can get some powerful things across in YouTube, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm about to graduate college, so I think that might be my biggest achievement so far. But I'm also really proud of the fact that I've been able to really kind of juggle everything and do it in a really individual way, and I feel like I've really found my voice, which is always my goal, is always to maintain a very strong voice in anything I do, and I think that's probably my biggest achievement yet. I fail a lot, but I think that's important. I think failure is really amazing tool and really powerful, because once you fail, you know what not to do, and I think some people don't figure that out for a while. So many issues. Climate change is a really big deal, but also anything that has to do with racial relations I think is really important. I think we don't talk enough about it or give a platform to people of color to really establish their experience as truth, which I feel like people brush off a lot. So I think that's really important. So I think climate change, in addition to just social change, is probably the biggest issue we're facing. I read a book. That's what I do. I read a lot of books in class, and so it's hard for me to make time to read books that I want to read. But then I find time and I pick up something that I haven't picked up in a while, and it makes me feel so much better. It's called Red Clocks. I don't remember the author, but it's kind of a dystopian novel, which is really weird for me. I don't really read dystopian novels, but this one's really good. It's about women. A better president. And maybe this is a really heavy question, because I feel like history repeats itself, but I would like history to not repeat itself. And I think that's what I would like to see in the next 5 years, is to learn from our mistakes and say never again and mean it. Yeah. My mom has been the biggest influence on my entire life. She's given me everything I could possibly need. She bought my first camera, and she buys me books when I want to. She's just an amazing mom, and she really lets me do whatever I want and experience life how I want, and she's so open and generous, and she's never been so critical about what I'm doing, and she's never put pressure on me. She just really wants me to be happy, and that's probably the biggest influence I've ever had on my life, and I hope that I'm the same way to anyone in my life as well. Home is wherever my family is. So it's not like a physical place, but it's the people that you surround yourself with. And that can be friends, like it doesn't have to be family, because I know people don't have families often and they make their families, and I think that's home for them too. And so it's whoever you feel safe and you love, and I think that's home. So my home is definitely my family, and yeah.